But here's the question I really want you to wrestle with, okay? If you were God and you had created everything, and let's just say, just for ease of discussion for right now, you had a grasp of the universe and the galaxies and so forth, how would you go about introducing yourself to little planet Earth? Now, of course, everyone's going, I know, it's Christmas. No, okay. Let's think about that, though. How would you go about that? Okay? Now, I'm going to show you a little video clip here because I think this illustrates a pretty interesting little thing to think about. Go ahead, Zach, hit play on this, and we'll start. You might turn it up good and loud, too. It's the computer slider on the screen, on the board. On the board.
I don't exactly know how to tell you this, but you're living on a speck.
Well, I hate to disagree with you, oh voice from the drain pipe, but I live in Whoville.
Well, then, Whoville's a speck.
Right. Okay, seriously, who is this? Is this Bert from accounting?
No. This is Horton. I'm an elephant.
Okay, Horton, fake name. Where are you?
Well, from where you're standing, I guess I'm in the sky. Compared to you, I'm enormous, which is saying something, because I've slimmed down quite a bit. I swim. Your whole world fits on a flower in my world.
Oh man, this is even pushing it for you, Bert.
Don't believe me? Watch what happens when I put you in the shade.
This is absolutely impossible.
Light. Dark. Light. Dark light, dark light, dark light, dark light, dark light. Light. Ooh. Don't you see? We're in the middle of some kind of amazing cosmic convergence. Two vastly different worlds, miraculously crossing paths. Mind-blowing. Yours minuscule, yet somehow we managed to make contact. If you think about it, it's pretty amazing. Is everything okay down there?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the one holding the speck.
I'm the one holding the speck. I'm the one holding the speck.
I'm the one holding the speck. So, all right. So here's the question. Again, I want you to kind of think through this. Horton, of course, is a comic, which, I mean, not really, it's a cartoon based off a book written by Dr. Seuss, but he's really dealing with a bigger question, isn't he? How, if you were God, would you reveal yourself to a minuscule little people of Whoville? Two vastly different worlds, yet there. And so here's what we're going to do, and I'm going to encourage you tonight. We're going to fly through this kind of quickly. There's more here than we really will have time to unpack totally. But again, I encourage you. You've got the notes. You can take it home. You can look at it some. But here's what we're going to do. Open your Bible to John 1. Okay? As you're opening your Bible to John 1, just throw out to me, what are some attributes of God? Pretty big. Okay, yeah, that's true. What are some other attributes of God? Say what? Huh? Well, he did do that, yeah. So what are some other attributes or characteristics of God? It's not like a trick question here. All-knowing, there we go. Okay. God is all-knowing. What else? Forgiving, okay. Alpha and Omega, beginning and the end, okay. Merciful, yeah. Infinite. Oh, that's a big word. Yeah. Omnipotent, omnipotent, yes. Omni, all, potent, power. All powerful. Yeah, that's good stuff. What else? Anything else? All right, we can start there. Let's go with that. So let's deal with this. Let's go ahead and take a look at John 1. Now, we're going to look at a lot of different texts, but tonight we're going to start in John 1. So, before we do this, I want to point out a couple things for you real quick, I guess. And that is this. And this is actually one of the things to fill in that you see there first. To be a Christian, okay? So this is one of the first things to fill in the blank in your notes. To be a Christian, we must, there's no option, you must believe that Jesus is fully God. To not believe that doesn't make any sense. Okay? So to be a Christ follower, we must believe that Jesus is fully God. Now, what we're going to talk about tonight and in the next couple weeks is some of the most important stuff that we can ever talk about, frankly. And I know there's Hallmark Christmas and we've got lights and we think everything is so cute and cutesy and we got little baby Jesus and he's a nice little thing that's tucked in some nice little clothes and we go out and deck out our little cute little babies and all these little Christmas clothes and of course they have reindeers and antlers and all kinds of stupid stuff like that. But here's the real truth. Jesus was fully God. And to believe anything contrary to that really raises a lot of other questions. Okay, so here's the next thing for you to fill in. Your theology will become your biography. Okay? Your theology, basically this. What theology is the study of God. Anything with ology is study of, theos, God. So the study of God, theology. What you believe about God will become your biography. Now this is true about anyone that you ever have known, currently know, and ever will know. What you or they believe about God will affect your life. Good, bad, or otherwise. Okay? So, here's the thing. How in this Christmas season, as we're celebrating cute little baby Jesus, was he really God? Or was he just another infant that just happened to be born in a cow feeder? Let's read. Take a look at John 1 with me. In the beginning, there was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. All things were made by him, and nothing was made without him. In him there was life. And that life was the light of all people. It goes on, and I'm going to skip down a little bit here. We're going to jump down to verse 10. In verse 10 it says, the Word was in the world, and the world was made by him. But the world did not even know him. He came to the world that was his own, but his own people did not accept him. But to all who did accept him and believe him, he gave the right to become the children of God. They did not become his children in any human way, but by any human parent's desire. They were born of God. The Word, and again, I want you to really think through this verse 14. The Word became human and lived among us. We saw his glory, the glory that belongs to the only Son of the Father, and he was full of grace and truth. Now, there is more in this passage than we have time to even begin to unpack. In what the Word was and the difference in logos and some Stoic ideas and some other things like that. But here's the basic idea. The Word became one of us. The Word who was with God in the beginning, who created everything, sustains everything, became one of us. Horton entered Whoville, if that resonates with you. So, let's talk about this a little bit. There's basically 4 ideas, and we're going to kind of unpack it, and it's going to be a little bit of a hurry. But here's the basically idea. First one, Jesus, self-existent. That's the next thing to fill in there. Jesus was self-existent. Self, you know how to spell self-existent, E-X-I-S-T-E-N-T. Basically this, nothing created Jesus. He was. He was in the beginning. In the beginning of time, everybody points to Genesis as the beginning. That really wasn't the beginning. Like, God always was. The beginning as we know it was when God started creating. Jesus was there. He was there creating. He was self-existent. He always was. He had no beginning because he's eternal. He's infinite. In fact, if you read John 8, if you want, you can flip over there. John 8, just a real quick verse. John 8:58, although quick but very important, says this. He's talking to the Pharisees, and where'd it go? Oh, next page. 8:58. The Jews were asking him, and basically they're saying, in verse 57, they said, "You have never even seen Abraham. You're not even 50 years old." And Jesus looked at him and says, "I tell you the truth, before Abraham was born, I am." You get what's going on there? They're like looking at Jesus going, "Dude, you're not even old enough to be like really wise." And he goes, "Is that so?" He goes, "Because before Abraham even existed, I was." That would be basically like you saying to me, "Red, you're kind of old, but you're not like that old." Which I would say to you then, "Yeah, but before Jesus was around, back at Christmas time, I was already there." And you would look at me and go, you need help." You can imagine what they were saying, because Jesus is basically saying, I've always been. I've always been. So, again, next thing to fill in there, Jesus was brought into the world supernaturally. Now, again, we're not going to get into the male parts and female parts and all that discussion, but we all know that male parts and female parts, when they come together, they make babies. Well, except for one problem. The only person that never did happen, Jesus. Jesus was born through a woman, but Jesus was not made by the man. So you go to your biology class and figure that out, and it'll probably rack your brain for a long time. But basically this, Jesus was supernaturally created in. Now, you got to be careful with that. Supernaturally created as a human. He always was. He was not created. But as a human, that's how he was supernaturally brought in. So number 2, though, let's move on. Jesus was completely sinless. And this is super, super important and proves the point too. Jesus was not only completely sinless, but he was perfect and had the authority to forgive sins. Now, we're not going to have time to spend time looking at Mark 2, but in Mark 2, you have the story of the friends that lower their other friend down through the roof because he was a paralytic and he couldn't even walk. So they lowered him down. And Jesus looked at the guy and said, "Your sins are forgiven." Now, some of you may go, "Well, that's kind of weird. Like, the guy was a paralytic. He couldn't walk. Why would Jesus say his sins were forgiven?" Well, keep in mind, who was it that was around there? There was a bunch of Jewish leaders and authorities. And here's something to really think through when it comes to biblical interpretation, because a lot of people, and this is important for you guys to think about, a lot of people will claim to you that Jesus never said, "I am God." You can't find it. Except that one thing they're not really paying attention to. One thing when it comes to any kind of really good investigation is watch how the people in the story respond to the story. So, what happened? Jesus makes this statement saying, "Your sins are forgiven." All the religious leaders there were sitting there going, "Wait a second, he can't do that." Why? Only God can forgive sins. The religious leaders that were sitting in the house that day knew exactly what he was saying. And it made them mad. They understood. So if anybody ever says to you, well, Jesus never claimed that he was God, they don't know what the Bible says. Look at the stories and what was said and how the people reacted. Jesus had the ability to forgive sins. The Pharisees knew exactly what he was claiming. Next thing to fill out there is Jesus was the perfect law keeper. And this is super important. Jesus was born as a man. As a man, he was a teenager. He was a teenage boy at one point. Go figure that out. That'll make your head hurt for a while. But Jesus was a teenage boy. Jesus grew up. He was a carpenter. He probably hit his thumb with a hammer a couple times. Yet he never sinned. I don't know about you, but that baffles me. But I know about this, it had to be that way. And we'll talk more about why it had to be that way. But he was the perfect law keeper. So, number 3, Jesus claimed to be God. Now again, we're going to talk about this because people will say he never claimed to be, but I would disagree. So let's take a look. John 4, you have the woman at the well. Okay, we're going to look at 2 verses in particular. Basically, you have this woman who was, well, by all intents and purposes, she was, let's say, how could we say this? She had multiple husbands and was very active. She was out getting a drink by the well. Jesus sat down with her and basically carried on a conversation and began to confront her in her activities, you might call it. In which case, then the conversation turned, and I think this is where it gets really important. Because basically, then in verse 24, it says, God is spirit, and those who worship him must worship in spirit and truth. The woman looked at Jesus and says, I know that the Messiah is coming, the one who is called the Christ. When the Messiah comes, he will explain everything to us. Then Jesus looked at her and said, I'm he. I am the one talking to you. You get it? She goes, I know the Messiah is coming. And Jesus looked at her and said, you're looking at him. I'm it. Now again, she's probably sitting there stirring her water, questioning what kind of water she's drinking. But that's another case for another time. John 14, let's take a look at that. John 14, verse 6. If you guys don't already have this memorized, I would encourage you, you probably should. John 14, verse 6, Thomas is questioning Jesus, and Thomas is looking at Jesus, and what's he say? He says, take a look at the text, and it says, Lord, we don't know where you are going. How can we know the way? Jesus looks at him and says, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. The only way to the Father is through me. Now, here's something that's really important, because I think this is something you can easily miss. If you remember Moses, and remember Moses talking to the burning bush, and God was speaking through this burning bush, talking to Moses, which is kind of a freaky story in and of itself. But none the case, Moses goes, hey, you want me to go to Pharaoh and do what? And God says, well, here's what I want you to do. And Moses is like, well, wait a second. Who am I supposed to tell him is sending him? And so Caden, what does he say? He says, I am sent you. Now, the Jewish leaders of the day, they knew that that was essentially the name given of God. And that was a very big deal. So in John 14, you see the I am statements keep coming up. You see all throughout John, actually, these I am statements of who Christ is. John is recording what Jesus is saying. And in John 14, you see, I am the way. I am the truth. I am the life. If you want to take this even further, flip over to John 8. Because in John 8, it gets even a little freakier. Is that John 18? I'm sorry. I said 8. We already did John 8. John 18, verse 6. And here's where it gets kind of crazy, because Jesus is getting arrested, right? All the Roman centurions are coming. They're about to arrest him. And they come up and they're basically saying, okay, who is this Jesus cat? So basically they said, hey, we're looking for Jesus of Nazareth. And Jesus said, well, I am he. When Jesus said, I am he, they moved back and fell to the ground. Now, either Jesus had incredibly bad breath, or there was something very powerful about what he just said. Because you think about it, a Roman army was coming to get Jesus, and he said, I am he. And they fell backwards. I don't know about you, but that's some pretty crazy stuff. Let's take a look. Go ahead and flip over to Philippians 2. Paul here talks about Jesus and what Jesus was like. And I think this is important stuff for a lot of reasons, but we're going to deal with just one aspect. Philippians 2, and I'm going to focus on basically just verse 6 right now. He says this, Christ himself was like God in everything, but he did not think that being equal with God was something to be used for his own benefit. So another way of saying this, Jesus, who being in the very nature God, did not consider equality with God something to be grasped. Okay? Jesus, who being God, did not exploit his godness. I want you to think through that a little bit. Jesus, who being all-powerful, all-knowing, did not exploit it. There's some huge implications there. So here's basically what I want us to focus on. We're going to try to wrap up here pretty quick. There's three things here that there's really only three possibilities in. And this is super important for those that question if Jesus was really claiming he was God. And that's this. There's only three options left then, isn't there? Either Jesus was an absolute liar who was willing to die one of the most horrific deaths ever known to man based on a lie, or Jesus was an absolute lunatic. Think about that. Jesus was either an absolute liar or he was an absolute lunatic. Like the kind of lunatic that you would lock up in a mental hospital for a very, 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 very long time. This guy would be dangerous. Or he really was who he said he was. There is no other option. Jesus was who he said he was. So as you think about this, then the next thing for you to fill out is this. Jesus was our perfect sacrificial lamb. I want you to think about this. Fully God, totally sinless, claimed to be God, when being arrested, made it very evident who he was, and yet was willing to go to the cross and stay on the cross. He was the perfect sacrificial lamb that only God could be. Now, there's one last attribute that I want us to think about, and that's this. This is a pretty important one, and this sets Jesus apart from every other human in all of history. And again, I want you to really think through this. Number 4 is this. Jesus had the power over death. No other human, no other religious leader, no other political leader, no one ever had the power to raise themselves from the dead. So what do you do with that? In fact, if you read in Acts and beyond, Jesus came back after he rose from the grave. That's what Easter's all about. Christmas and Easter go together. Jesus came back and spent 40 days hanging out, talking, eating fish, drinking stuff, with over 500 different people. That's not the stuff you just make up. It was verified. Jesus had the power over death. So one last thing to fill out there is this, or actually there may be two. He is the reigning Lion King of Judah. He is the reigning Lion King of Judah. And this has a lot of huge implications. Even today, there was some stuff that was signed by President Trump, which is really interesting today. And I don't have any time to talk about that really right now, but it is, you talk about end time kind of stuff, there's some really major significant stuff that happened today. I don't have time to explain it, but he is the reigning king over all of it. So I want to read one last section, one last verse, and that's Philippians 3, verse 20 and 21, because here's where this gets exciting to me. Maybe some of you are going, okay, so cute little baby Jesus that we celebrate, and oh, isn't that so cute? We got a nice little Christmas tree, we've got nice little ornaments, we got our own little nativity set. But here's the deal. The little nativity set is like representing the God of the universe who holds everything in his hands. Jesus is the reigning king. And we need to keep that perspective. Next week, we'll talk about Jesus as fully human. And then the third week, we'll have our big Christmas party. We're going to tie all this together. Because if you don't understand, guys, that Jesus is fully human, and if it doesn't scare you somewhat, you don't understand. And you need to. But here's the thing I think it gets so exciting, is the hope that we have now. Because he was sinless, he died, and he rose. And here's Philippians 3, which I think is super cool. I was reading it again last night, just kind of getting prepared and thinking through this. And it just gave me the goosebumps thinking about this, because here's the deal. Philippians 3, verse 20 and 21 says this, "But our homeland is in heaven." For those that are believers. Now, if you're not a believer, this is not true for you. And frankly, if you're not a believer and you're blowing all this off, the truth is hell awaits. And man, I'm sorry, but that's the truth. But the hope that we have in Christ is those who turn and follow after Christ. Our homeland is in heaven, and we are waiting for our Savior, the Lord Jesus Christ, to come from heaven. By his power to rule all things, he will change our simple bodies and make them like his own glorious body someday. That's going to happen. And I don't know about you, but man, when I think about what Christ did and who he was and who he is now and what awaits us, man, that's awesome.